Let's see who's going to join us this afternoon. Wait for some comments to come up so I can see who's here. I won't begin until I can see somebody. Let's have a bit more of that going. Right, that's got the old sensors going. Is anybody here? I can't see any comments. I don't know if anybody here. If anybody's here, Stace. I know it's a glorious Sunday afternoon where I am. I don't know whether people are taking advantage of the weather. Oh, we've got some comments. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Hello, Marissa. Hello, Georgina. Hi, Christine. How are you? It is Sunday, the 13th of August. And my name is Simon, and we're live here on Online Live Psychic Readings. First, I'd like to thank Veronica, and I'd like to thank Stace for doing the moderating today. So thank you so much. I hope you're having good days wherever you are. Good mornings, good afternoons, whatever it is in your part of the world. If I don't get to say hello to everybody, it's not me being rude. It's just me not seeing the comment. Or not being able to. Good afternoon, Hazel. Good afternoon, Stace. Siobhan. Hello, Darlene. Georgina, I've said hello to. So I think I've said hello to Sharon. Hello. I don't know about you guys, but I feel that things are on the turn. Hi, Catherine. How are you? Things feel like they are on the turn. I think it's been, for me, it's been a little bit stagnant, the energies, the last couple of weeks. But it feels like we're on a kind of a crest of a wave, or, you know, things are about to change over or shift, which can't be bad. Hi, Stacey from Stacia from California. Good me. Terry, first time. Darlene's here. Siobhan says hi, Stacey. Oh, okay, it's a definite shift. Yeah, absolutely. Vancouver in Canada. Right, so I was immediately drawn to 3 different decks of cards this afternoon, and I'm going to go as quick and as I can efficiently so that I can read for as many as possible. Let's get my trusty pen ready. Terry Milner, I believe. Hi, Christy. Terry, let's write your name down. Terry Milner. And let's get cracking. So, Terry, hello, all the way from over wherever you are. I'm not actually sure where you are. Where are you, Terry? Whereabouts in the world? Right, Terry, 3 decks of cards. First deck of cards comes from My First Oracle. So it's a deck that is primarily geared up or designed to work with under 18s, children, teenagers, that kind of feeling. But regardless of that, they are very easygoing. They are very kind of direct and very clear. Northeast of the UK, I am on the south coast, near a place called Bournemouth. So that's the first deck of cards. Second deck of card is a Spirit Animal Guide deck by Colette Baron Reed, and the third deck is the Secret Language of Color, and I forget who it's by. I do apologize. So let's make a start. Terry, does what it says on the tin. Getting plenty of sleep. I've got to work this out because it's been reflected 2 different ways, 2 screens. I hope you can see that. Okay, it looks pretty dark on mine. Terry, can you just let me know if the Card's pretty, it's okay, it's seeable. Seeable, viewable. Card number 6. Right, so 6 in my book, and probably in not many people's. Well, in my book, so that's all that matters. 6 is the plate spinning card. This is the number that pops out when we have too many things going on at once. This is where you can see it. Fabulous. It is where there are too many. There are distractions, not too many. There are distractions that are taking your energies away from what is needed right now, which isn't I need to sleep plate. There are things going on in your head all hours of the day, and whether or not, it's a 50-50 as to whether you're sleeping or not. My gut answer is you're not sleeping particularly well at the moment. This is more about things occupying your mind while you are trying to sleep. So the 6 is telling me, and tells my understanding of the 6 is that something needs to go. Something needs to be. It feels like there's a couple of things that you feel you can't let go because nobody else can do them like you do them, kind of thing. But actually, you don't need them anymore. You've done it for that long. You think you have to do them. People talk about having a good sleep routine. Easier said than done. I don't know what your family situation is. If you've got kids, you've got work shifts or that kind of thing, and it's not very easy to suddenly say, oh, you know what, I'm going to be in bed for 9:30 every night with a cup of cocoa, kind of thing. It doesn't happen like that because you're trying to then force yourself to sleep. But I would suggest doing something in the process of perhaps getting ready to go to bed that enables you to slowly come down the gears a bit. This is going to sound really odd, right, Terry? But from a personal point of view, it's very easy for me to walk up the stairs, clean my teeth, wash my hands, get into bed. Boom, within, say, 3, 4, 5 minutes, easily done. And actually, if you do things like, and this is a bit weird and wacky, but I feel like it's worth saying, if you make sure you are flossing every day, for example, your teeth, you wouldn't do anything else, and you are giving you're cleaning your teeth for the proper 2 minutes, and you're washing your face and just pampering for a little bit, do you know what I mean? All of a sudden, those 2-3 minutes can become 10 minutes, which then becomes part of that routine for unwinding and getting ready for bed. Gone are the days where everybody reads in bed anymore, but I would really recommend getting something bizarre to read, a book that you read as a child, sort of thing, something you, or it might be The Hobbit or something classic that you used to enjoy, or try a new author, something where you can focus your energies on taking in the information from the page, processing it, absorbing it, and moving on. So you're kind of barricading yourself up within the book, as it were. Meditation is good, yes. I'm not going to say a word against it. It's not my thing. My thing is craft and hobbies. But I have found, going back and listening to old American sci-fi radio dramas, a thing for me where I could just lay in bed and hear a part of a science fiction thing that was done 60, 70, 80 years ago. And it just chills me out. It gives me something that's non-worldy, as it were, to just focus on and get everything out of the way. Let's pull you a spirit animal card. Now, this is not necessarily, and it's not a caveat, this is not all your spirit animal for this next few weeks is. We're just going to see what we get. And you have just popped out the pack, my good friend, the koi. I have, okay, so we've got immediately the koi carp comes out here, koi fish. I noticed straight away it's card 36. 6 is the 36. Now, you know that, we all know that. Now, that has a rate. I've never, because the 6 felt really important for you, Terry, right now, I'm going to cling on to the 36. Perhaps now more than ever, there's more than the usual amount kicking off. Has 36 got a specific meaning to you? Don't know. With numerology, 3 and 6 becomes 9. 9 is looking within. and looking within and saying, you know what, what's not working, and you actually have to now admit it, kind of thing, and say, you know what, I know this is best for me, or I know this isn't working, or I know they're taking a mick, but it stops. It's like looking within. Koi spirit. It's meaningful. It was I got an affiliation with this card because it came to me quite at a point when it was just perfect. The koi carp. Most fish, nearly all fish, I think, grow to their current surroundings. So a goldfish in a bowl will only grow to a certain size because there's no other space for it to grow. We're not fish. Are you? Are there limits being put upon you? You've done as much as you can with the current situation because of your surroundings, because of social work, socially. Have you done as much as you can do? No. Have you done as much as you were ever likely to do in this current situation? If so, that could be fine, because then you can get your foundation. You can say, you know what, I'm where I want to be. I want to go forth. This is it. Or is it actually, I can see where the issue is here, and I need to break this mold. I need to. I don't know, it's not as easy as moving house or change jobs, but expand those horizons a little bit to let yourself grow. I'm totally agree with you in this radio. I'm so pleased, Terry. I'm not sure if the ticker take's going up, but if you like what I do and how I do things, it'd be fabulous to gain a few more members this afternoon of my group. It's just called Simon. There is a reason why it's just called Simon, but I won't bore you with that now. I have shuffled these cards, but this one is literally, excuse me, I picked them up. I picked them up like this, and a card just slid straight out. So I'm going with it because this feels really quite comfy. It's a card called it's card 45, which is another 9. So again, it reiterates that you know which plate is that mine? Is that mine? Yeah, there's my group. Ticker tape. Good. Ticker tape. Thank you, Stace. 45. It is reinforcing that you actually know what it is that needs to be cut and left. Not just you're not leaving someone in the lurch or anything, but there's a couple of things that actually, you know what, I'm not doing that anymore. Enough. Violet. Fabulous. So we're talking about up here our connection, and it's creating a balanced life. Look at the gorgeous colors in that card there. Don't know if violet means anything to you, whether it's a name, whether it's a color, the sweet thing, but it just feels that there's a place to go up here. There's a place that you're not perhaps what's the word I'm looking at? You're just not connecting with there's more up there for you to tap into and engage with. All right, but I think some of those plates have got to come crashing down first, miss. All right, Terry, it's been fabulous. Come and join my group. I'd love to see you there. Wow. Thank you. Right. How many have we got in the room? I can't see anywhere I'm working out who's here. Again, we are Sunday the 13th of August. My thanks go to Veronica and Stace for allowing me to be here this evening or this afternoon, depending on where you're in the world. So good. Thank you very much for 18 watching on Facebook. Thanks, Stace. That's interesting. Thank you. I know it's a funny old Sunday afternoon, but I quite like this time. You're very welcome, Terry. Come and join my group. Great to see you. 18 watching on Facebook. Thanks, Stacey. Sorry. Let's see. Hazel, can I come to you, please? Hazel, can I come to you? Hi, Joanne. Yeah, Hazel, can I come to you, please? Hazel and Coolin. Hazel, you still there? Yes, she is. There we are. Super. All right, Hazel, these two have jumped out. So we start with the same deck of cards. Two cards popped out from this deck. Card number 30, which comes to a 3, and card number 1, which is the 1 full stop. Hi, Maxine. Glad to join us. Thank you for joining us. Hazel, card 30, 3 and 0 comes to 3, but also with my numerology, I take the 0 as well. So we've got 3, 0, and we've got a 1 that I'm going to talk to you about before we get cracking, as it were. 3. We all know that 2 comes before 3. And 2 is all, for me, it's all about the imbalance of energy. It's about complete imbalance to the point of being destructive. So like a bullying energy, or that where somebody's taken a mick and they're burdening you, or you work at the work-life balance. It's that energy that it isn't right, you know. That's the 2. When things level out, you get the 3. It's like a renewed push, a renewed energy, a renewed focus and drive. So I don't know, a couple of months, maybe in the last couple of months, there's been a bit of a iffy period, a period that has perhaps been unsettling, I feel, because I'm a little bit nervy about it, a little bit unsettling, yes. And is it, shall I, that kind of, but oh, it wasn't a comfortable time. Feels like you're on that's past, and you're on the crest of this new wave with the 3. So whatever has come out of that, whatever lesson, if we want to go spiritual on it, whatever lesson has come out of that period, that's the clarity, that's the refining of all the energy down to a kind of clear thought or 2, and it's time to go. First card was do your homework. So whatever this idea was, or this angle is, or this venture, or this viewpoint, whatever it is, stressing on doing your homework. Now, we could linking, and you've been through a 2. Okay. If we liken this to Ganesh, the remover of barriers, and I know the next card is a lion, which is kind of nothing to do with what I'm talking about here, but knowing your stuff can be half the battle, and I feel that's really important right now. Not getting caught out and doing all the research you need. The 0, which comes with the 30, the cosmic egg, the absolute nothing and the infinite possibility. So I don't know whether this situation has really left you feeling deflated, used, maybe washed out, to the point where it's, what else can I do? From the ashes, the phoenix will rise, you know, from, the destruction card, the Ragnarok. Things have to crumble sometimes, and it's as you well know, the learning process allows us to move forward. So with the infinite, never say, oh, I've got no opportunity. We've got no current opportunity that we can see at the moment, but allow the new one to come in. The second card was 1. So yes, beginnings. So you've got 3, 0, 1. So this new thing has already started. This new idea, this venture, this viewpoint, you've got your inklings. Be brave. I've got the tiger there. Be brave. Get that sun energy in. Stand your ground. Shield up. Arms up. Go. I am very interested. I've just spotted for the first time ever. If you look at the lion's shield, there is like an R back to back. I don't know if you can pick that out there. Well, that is the... I better draw it so I don't tell anybody the wrong information. So that symbol there, what would look like a zigzaggy R, is the Nordic rune Rido. RAIDO. And when you back to back it, like it is on the shield, you're creating a binder and you're kind of generating a geometric pattern of the symbol. Now, Rado is concerned with journeys, spiritual, physical, mental. It's that whole kind of good fortune traveler in whichever way it is. All right. So yes, onwards, upwards, shield up, go for it. Make sure you've done your homework. Let's pull you an animal. Let's pull you an animal. Okay, why did you turn over before we started shuffling? I can't take all three of you, so who's the more prominent? Okay, all right. Well, you know what, Hazel? All three are screaming at me, so I'm going to take them and see what happens. Hi, Paul Luke. Hi, Simon. How are you doing? Can you please have Luke's mum in your thoughts? She's been in hospital. Oh, bless. Of course, I shall. Yes, I shall. I'm just going to make a note and watch for a post tomorrow, Paul Luke. Okay. Right, these three cards have popped out. I'm not going to go with the numbers. I'm just going to have a double check. There's a significance with the number. Give me 1 second. 5 and 7, 12, endings, and 8. I'm going to add those three together. Sometimes when you get a load jump out, it's just worth adding the numbers together to see what's it. 29 comes to an 11. Fair play. Right. So you had card 53, 57, 45. They take their numerology. They become 9, 12, and 8. Add them all together to get 29. Breaks down to an 11. So double digit spiritual energy, vibration, all your timing now. Watch and wait. Seahorse spirit. Believe in yourself. Squirrel. Watch your words. Parrot. More relevant now than ever before, I feel, as they all jump together. Okay, so know the vibrations with you. Stop jumping out cards. Okay, go with you. 16. Okay, Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. My dad's just ringing. 1 second. I'm gonna have to say I can't call you. I can't. She's trying to message. Oh, I do apologize. How do you ignore one of those? I have to do that. Sorry, Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. So this thing that you're doing may well be a bit nervy, a little bit, oh, do I, don't I? You've got sword up, shield up, just go for it, all right? Let's put you a color. Okay, these cards are acting bizarrely. Green. We know green, healing, heart. Revitalize your nervous system. That's making more sense today than it ever has done. I feel that whatever your 2 lesson was, it wasn't, I don't know, I'm not, how do you say it's affected, you know? It feels like a combination of hurt heart, hurt nervous system, as in knocking you for 6 and knocking your confidence, and also a little bit of anxiety in there. You don't have to reply to any of this. This is what I'm just feeling, okay? Hazel's still here. Yeah, I think she's there. What? Hang on. Oh, she got that. Oh, what a great reading. So much information. Thank you. You're welcome, Haley. This is the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it? Nervous system. How do you relax your nervous system? Take a chill pill. No, you don't. You do things at a rate that is comfortable to you. I hate it when people say, "Oh, just relax, man." You can't relax. So if you're, if what I talked about has been affected, then it is time to start doing things at a rate that is suitable and helpful to you. Willow, come on. So I'm dog sitting for the week until I've got a house guest. Do things that are relevant to you when you feel they are needed to do. Okay. and break it down into measurable targets for you to do it comfortably. Hazel, I'm going to leave you there. I feel like you're buzzing. I am right now with what we've just said. So cracking. And if you're not part of my group already, I'd love to have you come along. And also, I see that my other my website's being flagged up. I make spiritual trinkets and things. All Reiki charged. I need to get another person. Hello, if you've just joined us. I'm Simon. My group's running along the bottom of the page. My thanks go to Veronica and Stace for allowing me to be here tonight, today, this afternoon, wherever you are. Mario, I hope thanks for the message. Lovely. Beth Kruger, I think it is. Beth, hello, how are you? Beth, there is an enormous this is going to sound bizarre, Simon. How do you put this into words? Beth, there feels like I can't explain it. There feels like there is a large amount of pink energy, aura, feeling, vibe around you right now. Okay. So pink on the chakra. We haven't got pink on the chakra. Where are we getting that from? We know pink is love generally, blah, blah, blah. Pink grounding, I would say a higher bit of both. Pink, love, caring. Come on, Simon. Pink. Why are we getting pink? Don't put anything up. What do I associate pink with? Okay, we could just say female energy, but it doesn't feel like it's topping on the T's. Thanks, Hazel. Pink. Okay, pink. Yeah, I got it right now. Beth, I don't know whether there is some time needed for you to good girl, Willow, recuperate. No, I know I've got the pink. When my daughter was poorly, she always had like a pink blanket, and that's what I could see kind of being dropped around your shoulders. So I don't know whether you don't need to answer this because I know it's a life forum thing. I don't know whether you have been ill or you're feeling under the weather or whether you've got a condition where you feel kind of wiped out, washed out, all those kinds of but I just feel there's a time you need to rest. You need to kind of just let go a little bit. Give in. That's the word. Give in a bit. We're not giving up saying we're weak and feeble. We are giving in and we're saying, you know what? I need to just rest. Card 36 comes to a 9. Right, so before I show you the card, 9, as I've said before, 9 is that it's not shadow work, it's what I call mirror work, where we stop doing what it is we do. And we say, you know what, I've just got to shut down. And I've got to look at best practice, I've got to look at what's going on, and I've got to ask myself why, what, where, how, and when. And you just take that moment to, maybe talk to the younger version of yourself, or the wiser version of yourself, the future version of yourself, and you say, you know what's not working? The 9 is a time for you to say, you know what, I can't do everything. This is what I'm prepared to do. This is what I'm going to stop doing. But it takes courage and it takes determination to say that and to do those things. But to shut down, this is give something away. So this could be really quite, well, let's just discuss what this could mean, and then we'll focus on what I think. This could be heartache. Actually, okay, I'm coming back to heartache because I'm sort of really feeling really drawn to that. I was going to say something like a bit of delegation with the work, maybe, or the household chores, maybe, to give you time to be you. there is some information you need to give up to a friend, a counselor, a doctor, or something, just so that you can be open. But I'm wondering, I feel like there's almost Beth. I feel really quite emotional about this card and what we've said so far, and I am hoping I'm right in the sense of emotionally there's a bit of a draining there, and actually you need to give some of this away, whether it's crying, whether it's counselling, whether it's writing it down in the journal. You need to hand over some of this to someone, something. I've got a book at the top on the shelf there, from a darker period of my time, and I put down all the kind of negative thoughts and the feelings and the concerns and the worries into that as part of the processing. Okay, my guy stepped away, and I'm hoping he comes back. I'm not going to say yes he is or no he's not. There's so many variables in relationships, and all I can say with any degree of certainty is that trust and believe that whatever happens, it will all work out in the end. Now, whether he comes back or not, it's not for me to say. I'm not going to flip a coin. And part of me wants to say to you, you know what? Kind of let go a little bit, get prepared, and just see what happens. Just see what happens. Your animal card. It's another 9. It's another 9. It's 18 comes to a 9. Beth, you need that rest. You need to be compassionate towards yourself. You need to be kinder to yourself. There's no blame attached to any of these earthly things, the earthly matters. There's no, oh, if only I'd have done this, or only I'd have done that kind of thing. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Well, it's done now, isn't it? Every second that ticks past becomes the past. Every moment that's coming is the future. Live now and just do what you need to do. And don't waste your time. I'm going to say this carefully, so I don't mean any ill by it. Don't waste your time. Every second is precious. I picked up 2 cards. Why are you being like this to me, cards? Okay, we've got a 10. We've got a 19. I'm going to add those 2 together just because they came out together. Gives us 29. Comes to an 11. So we've got Peach. Inhale a breath of life. Breathe. Absolutely. Breathe. Mindfulness. Be in the moment. If we spend half our time worrying about the past and half our time worried about the future, we're never truly in this moment. And yes, I could talk about the power of now and what a wonderful book it is. But sometimes we're not in a place where we want to read a book. We just want to say, you know what, I'm alive now for this second. I want to make it count. Second one was Burgundy, Awaken the Passion. So I could say, so I'm going to, not could. There are things that you can do now that you perhaps weren't able to do before. And so be you. Be you. Take every step day as it comes, every second as it comes. Be you, Beth. And just, without trying to be cheesy, keep the faith that everything will work itself out, one way, shape, or another. Okay? Right, I'll take a quick drink. and see where we're going next. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We are here on online live psychic readings. My name is Simon. I'm here every Sunday at 5:30. You're welcome, Beth, and all the best to you. Let's have a look at these names coming up. Yeah, if you like how I do things, hello Debbie. If you like how I do things, come and join my little group. I must admit my group's been a little quiet of late. I've just finished Reiki 3, so I'm now Reiki 3 left, Reiki Master. So I've taken some time out to focus on that for a little bit. And health's been a bit iffy of late, but I'm feeling better. So hopefully things will perk itself back up. Jenny Margaret Parkins, how are you? I always try and live in a moment. It's really difficult, Jenny. It really is, especially when there's a lot going on. I mean, Jenny's one of my students at the moment and doing marvelously well, I might say. But it is hard to sometimes switch off from all the shenanigans that's going off and breathe and remember and think. It takes a lot to do that, you know. But it's to have that inner knowing. That okay, things will sort themselves out. Just sing. Sarah May. Your name became all blurry then. Sarah May. Kitty. You're a great teacher, thank you. Sarah May. I generally believe that everybody has got an intuitive muscle, spiritual muscle within them. And the shenanigans of life just knocks it out of us. You know, we're told to conform from an early age, to do this, to do that, to go to school, to do this, GCSEs, A-levels, and we get the spiritual stuffing knocked out of us. And I think the fact that people are here and attending places like this, it shows us, and it showed me, that actually we have got this ability, this gift, this muscle that just needs kind of teasing out, awakening, as it were. Sarah May, you're still there? Your comment's not changed. I wasn't sure. Oh yes, it is. It does change. Hi, yes, please, with our hands together. Right, Sarah May. Interesting. Very interesting. Card 28 comes to a 10. 10s are about breakthroughs, and I'm being a bit cagey, and I'll tell you why in a minute. 10s are about breakthroughs, Sarah. So seeing things differently, seeing things from a new point of view, eureka moments, epiphany moments, all those kinds of wake-ups. Wake up and shake ups, you know. The card is called Fall in Love. Now, before we all go buying out hats for weddings and things, I don't know what your social status is, marital status, or anything is about that. And I'm not going down that line of, so you're going to meet somebody, fall in love, blah, 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 blah. Could be that. I don't know. You could be married, could be falling in love all over again with the same person, fabulously. My gut tells me, my intuitive spiritual muscle tells me, there is a part of your universe, it's a part of you that is currently rediscovering something. And things are beginning to fall into place or make sense. or passion is a word I don't want to use. It's kind of awakening something dormant that was in. You know, it might be. It just feels as if there is a renewed energy, Sarah. There is a renewed kind of purpose that's bubbling up, that's giving you that kind of giving you what you needed, giving you that drive, that we use the word passion, giving you that kind of feeling of right, okay, I get it. Okay, that card's just flowing out again. These cards are dropping out my hands as if I've got no fingers. Yeah. Yes, I'm staying. My medium. I'm staying. Starting. Oh, that makes more sense. Fab. I will guarantee. I will. I can't guarantee you with a money back offer, but I can guarantee you it will bring you a sense of being humble. It'll give you a sense of joy. It'll give you a feeling of your place. At the same time, opening your world into a much bigger place. Do you know? Your place will be fixed in a much bigger world, but it will feel stronger. Card 13 comes to four, stability. So you've known this for a while. This is something you've been looking at doing for a while, and you're going to enjoy it. You're a healer. Cat spirit, look at that. Claim your independence. It is time to go it alone. When I say go it alone, I'm not saying walk straight up on stage right now, but it is time to say own it. For ages and ages and ages, or to a point, I still won't say to people, hello, my name's Simon, I'm a medium. People's interpretations of the word medium differ from place to place. I like intuitive reader, but I also know that my mediumistic skills are there and coming through. But because I don't feel like I fit in anyone's shape or category, I'm just Simon. Love it. Card 21 comes to a 3. So you've come out for the period of imbalance. You're now on your way. There's drive, there's passion, there's determination. Excuse me. There is an end goal. And look, gold. Gold has the highest healing vibration of any of the metals. Attract abundance. This is not an idea to go out and wear loads of gold. Just know that this golden light, this energy that you bring, is going to have profound effect on you at a cellular level, at a spiritual level, cosmological level, and just allow that abundance to come pouring in. And we don't mean cash. We mean in all senses of the word opportunity, experience, lessons, all the things that really, really matter while we're here. So all the best to you. All the best to you, Sarah. Fabulous. Fabulous. And keep in touch. Let me know how you get on. Right. How are we doing for time? 6:10. Good. I'm running out of water, which is a nuisance because of my throat, but there we go. Right. Let's see who we have here. Anyone? This is a unique way of a message, and I'm loving it. I said it's very nice of you to say. Just a bit different. There's no airs or graces. I'll just say how I feel. Hello, Sophie. How are you? Catherine's here. Hello. Jane. Hello. How are we all? Thank you for joining us this afternoon. It is 6:10 on Sunday, the 13th of August. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that. Thank you. Debbie's here. Christine Davis. Now, hands up. I've read for Christine before, and I know a little bit about Christine. I won't say I know a lot about her. I know a little bit from her readings, and it's very unusual that you remember things from readings. But because I don't know, so Christine, I might just have a quick reading with you, because I see you fairly regular on my volunteer page, as it were. But I'll just see what comes out for you. Jenny says, first notice way. Thank you, Jenny. And that's, if you can pick up bad habits from watching people, you can pick up good habits from watching people. The point is, if you can learn a way to read or a way to explain, or if anything, just to be yourself. That's the key. Be yourself. And I spent a lot of time worrying that I didn't fit the mold of what it is I do. And should I do this and should I do that? And hang on, they don't do this and they don't do that. But the something just gives, and you get that kind of that inner light that says, you know what, this is me. People like me, they'll stick with me. If they don't, they won't. Christine Davis, you've been on my page before, unless it's another Christine Davis. Christine, I apologize. There's a Christine. So what happens is anyone who undertakes one of my development courses gets entry to a messenger group kind of thing, and they in turn, as months go by, become like a pool of volunteers that allow my students to practice on, because they've been in the same boat. And there's a lady there called Christine Davis, but I must apologize, I thought it was you. So hello Christine, I know nothing at all about you. Perfect. Okay, so you've got that. Where have I written your name? Christine Davis. Christine Davis. Number 1, be brave. You had this card about 20 minutes ago for somebody else. Be brave, Christine. This is, I feel, relevant for you right now. This is not a, be careful, there's something coming. This feels like, this little lion here is truly prepared. It's got everything he needs. So whether you are under a particularly challenging time right now, the feeling is, you know what, you've got this, just be brave. Hold your head, say what you feel, don't hold back. Do whatever you feel is necessary, but it will, tackle it head on. That's a good phrase. Tackle it head on. Now, what is this thing? I don't know, but it's all relative. For example, a challenge that might be a challenge for me might be a walk in the park for you, and vice versa. So it's all relative. Animal. Hello. I don't think I've ever seen you before. I love this card. Is about 66 or 72 cards thick. I've had it for years, but I'm still being surprised. You've now got a 3. So as I've said about the 3 many times this evening, 3 is that drive, that passion, that purpose. It's to do with your spiritual path. Fab. What was the number? 1, beginning. Yeah, being prepared. And you could argue with the spiritual purpose is making sure the foundations are in place. Your connection prayers, your connection protection prayers, and your switching off prayers, the little routines that you do to prepare you for. Yes, we're all of the time switched on, but you can actually put your blinkers up at some point when you want to sleep, when you want to focus on something else. In the same way as it steps back when it knows you've got something you need to deal with, get those routines in place. But what have I just blooming said? Armadillo, set healthy boundaries, bit by bit by bit. All right. and take the learning that comes with, perhaps a dip that may or may not occur. Armadillo spirit, set healthy boundaries. So yes, you're forging ahead. Good on you, girl. You're prepared for it. You know what you want to be doing, and if it feels right, rock on with it. Armadillo, set healthy boundaries. Absolutely. I'm not going to say get a load of crystals in, get your shungites in, your black tourmalines. You can do all those things, but actually, if you just say, you know what, Spirit, I'm closing off tonight. Get your prayer sorted. Write one that suits you. Google one, change it to suit you, whatever your beliefs are in, whether it's angelic, whether it's the Fey realm or dragon. Tweak it to suit you so it makes sense to you. If it makes sense to you, the intention's there, and you say it with pride, you say it with clarity, because it's something you've generated for you, rather than Googling the top 10 connection prayers. Do you know what I mean? What have we got? Awaken your passion. 10, breakthrough. I don't know whether you're on how long ago this journey of yours started, but this all feels very gladiatorial right now. You're in the ring, you've got your gear, you've done your homework, you've set your routines up. Bush. 10, breakthrough. I don't know whether you've got your first platform job booking ready, or whether you are still in the spiritual church scenario, 3 years, but it feels like there is a breakthrough, as it says, awakening this passion, which is going to mean something to you. It might be, I always feel that when I'm reading for somebody who also reads, let me rephrase that. I've only been awake 3.5, nearly 4 years, as it were. And so when I end up reading, and it turns out I'm reading for somebody who's been reading for donkey's years, I've been on platforms here and all across the country, it's always a bit of it's a nervous one. And it's weird. It's like human nature is to say, oh, I'm not as good as them. But we kind of are, but on a different level, sort of thing. You're doing some lives. You're going to love it. Start those lives. And if you want any tips on starting lives, there's loads of people like that can help, or message me. Start with a live that's 10 minutes long and do one card pulls. Start with a live where you've got, all your moderators in place. That could be the boundaries thing. And just do what feels right for you. I think my first lives, my first 6 months of lives, I spoke so fast because there was nerves, there was all this, there was all that. And then slowly I relaxed into it. And you know what? It felt you're on S. Oh, so Christine, you're well on your way. SPTV on Wednesday. You walk it. Absolutely walk it. So awakening that passion. I reckon that when you come off of there and you look it back, you're going to go, you know what? That was a blooming good job I did there. So I'm not even going to wish you good luck. So now you're going to rock it. So well done, Christine. SPTV. One day I'll get there. Let's see. Happy to connect with this. Thank you. I'm not going to say break a leg because it's a weird old thing to say, but you're going to smash it. I know you are. Every faith. Don't even need faith. I just know it. You're going to come out of that and you're just going to feel buzzing. So, not long left to go. Who's still? Just see if you can put a comment up. See if you're still. Let me know if you're still here. I can't see any numbers, so I can't say who's here. Debbie's here. Jane's here. Sharon's here. Sophie's here. Facebook user, I don't know who you are, I'm afraid, because you need to click the link. Mary's here. Yeah, Facebook user, you've got to click the permission thing. Thank you, Mary. Donna Ray, I'm just looking. It's over so weird. It's like the old slot machines. All the names go around and it stops. Just take a breather. Lynn Boyd. Hello, Lynn. Lynn, I can see you, Jane. Sorry, I can see you. The person who says, was I Facebook user, question mark? Yes, she was. Yes, you was. Yes, you were. Lynn. Hello, Lynn. Lynn, has anybody been saying, oh, I sound like a typical bloody person. Lynn, has anybody been saying to you recently, and I'm hoping, be bold, be definitive. Lynn, who is it that's been saying to you recently, sit down and stop? Sit down and just stop what you're doing. Because I feel like you've been rushing around like a nutter. And you need to take a break. You need to actually, thank you, Facebook. Thank you, Simon. You're welcome. Lynn, who's been saying sit down or slow down, sit down, slow down, and just rest or breathe? So I can see somebody almost kind of putting you in a chair, not putting you as in lifting you, but kind of saying, look, slow down, woman, sit down, shush, be quiet, relax. I know it's a bit forceful, that kind of feeling. Listen, please. I think you need to. I don't want to say stop fussing, but kind of just let things happen. Does that make sense, Lynn? Just let it be. Absolutely, Cindy. Inner self is why I start off with these. I felt like I needed to start off with these youngster cards. Makes perfect sense, but I feel that I'm not doing enough. Lynn, I know exactly what you mean. Your head's still going 10 to a dozen, but there is a time for us to go full steam, and there is a time for us to ease on the gas a bit. And I think it's important at the moment that somebody takes over. Do you know what I mean? We're not giving in to life. We're not giving in to anything. But you know what? If we spend what does what's his name? What's his name? Oh, that philosopher talks about the journey that, you know, we were always planning to get from A to B when the important part is actually the journey from A to B. You know, I can't think of the philosopher. I can't think of his name. So I think absolutely, you can still do things. You can still. Sometimes we need to think about things a little bit longer. But I think for health, have I pulled one of these yet? No, I haven't. It's slowed. It's sit down. I nearly went the full hog there. Sit down. Excuse me. Sit down. Shut up and just take a moment. Breathe. It's almost if you've got to be strict with yourself. Do you know what I mean, Lynn? And I don't mean that from a nasty point of view. I mean, sometimes you just need to sit down, shut up and think. Yeah, you know what I mean. Further. 10, 37, 10, breakthrough. Lynn, I'm not going to say you're worrying, but sometimes the act of work, they'll just use the analogy of worrying. The act of worrying itself can make things worse. I'm not saying it's all being flippant and be carefree and anything like that, but the energy we expend on worrying, whittling and organizing and focusing can really take us out of us. So dream big, think big, manifest, all those kinds of things. You can still organize from the armchair kind of thing, you know? Look at that. eyes open, from the armchair of yours, perceive what's really important, what's meaningful, what do I need to do, what do I think I need to do, well, actually, I don't need to do till tomorrow. What can wait? What am I missing? If I do this, what am I going to miss? What am I going to bypass? You know? No, it wasn't Socrates. Thank you, Stace. It was. I've got one of his books down here, but I didn't want to upset the apple. Alan Watts. So, you know, Alan Watts. He talks about the dance of life. You know, if that when we start a dance, we have our starting point, but we don't aim to finish at a certain point on the dance floor. We just enjoy the journey and we finish where we finish, that kind of thing. His analogy goes on into a lot more details, but you don't want to hear me just talk about him all night. Alan Watts, I'd certainly recommend Googling or YouTubing some of his lectures, which have been put to music. Really make you think. He's got a lovely voice as well. You've got another 10. Another breakthrough. Dog spirit. Be loyal. Yeah, Alan Watts. This is just one of those books you buy with a lot of his phrases in. But yeah, a lot of his, well, the one I can think of is it's put to music. And it goes on about we're born, we go to school, we go to primary school, infant school, primary school, and then we've got to perform to go to GCSEs, and we've got to perform to go A levels, and then we've got to perform to get the job, then we've got to perform to get the mortgage. And by the time we finish and we're retired, we haven't got the energy to do the thing we want to, things we want to be doing. So we live in the moment and enjoy the journey. And I know sometimes sitting down feels like we're not doing anything, but we're listening to our body, we're listening to our mind, we're listening to that intuition. Dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. Be loyal to what you love. And if you can delegate some of these things, if you can put off some of these things that you were trying to get done or trying to organize or fuss about, if you can put some of those to one side, it gives you more time to be. Okay, this card just jumped out for you. 26 comes to an 8. 8s are all about, you know, that constant flow of energy, and sometimes it can be difficult life, and sometimes it can be a struggle and a slog. And that's the time to sit down and say, you know what, I know this is tough, but I also know that this endless loop is going to come back round. It's like when a roller coaster gets to the top, it whooshes down and then it chug. It takes time to get there. But the downtime is yes, it can be seen as negative, but also it can be a time to slow down, to reset and to refocus. Discover your sparkle. 8 is your life path, facing. I'm fascinated with how you read that deck, so different to how I read them. Which deck are we talking about? We're talking about the animal cards. I can't even remember what animal we got. What animal did we get? I can't even remember. See, it goes in and it goes. Discover your sparkle. Yeah, it's, and I think it stays that you can read them on day 1, very different to day 2, to very different to day 3, with how you are feeling and what you're picking up as well, you know. So discover your sparkle. Now, sparkles don't have to be massively bright to show everybody. It's just what lights that flame within. What gives you that comfort, that joy, that empowerment, that warm hug and fuzzy feeling. Do you know what I mean? And if you don't sit down and shush and just let some things be, that's all it might be, you know. But if you can sit down and just breathe a little and let let the world come to you for a change. It might just show you a thing or two. I think it will. I think it'll open your eyes to something. You had those 2 10s, those 2 breakthroughs, as if to say, I could do it this way and it'd be a whole lot easier. Do you know what I mean then? Is that all right? It's past. Animal spirit. Yeah, the dog. That was it. Dog spirit. Of course it was. It was the collie, wasn't it? Absolutely. Man's best friend, woman's best friend. Ladies and gents, it's been an absolute lovely, lovely evening again. I do enjoy my Sunday slots here with you. Thank you again to Veronica. Thank you to Stace for moderating for me. If you like what I do, come and join my group. It'd be lovely to see you. Sorry I didn't get round to everybody. I do apologise. You just can do what you can do, I'm afraid. Who's coming up next, Stace? Have we got who's coming up for tomorrow? Did you want to put that up? Lovely to meet you too, Jane. Thank you. But I'll be here next week at 5:30 if anybody wants to come back and see me again. Yeah, who's up tomorrow? Do you know who's coming up tomorrow, Stace, or shall we just say Tara? Thank you. No, I think we're not sure. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate you saying it. Right, well, goodbye. Have a lovely I'm not sure. Post Stacey just made a typo so far. Have a lovely rest of your Sunday. Have a good week, and I'll see you next weekend. Take care. Bye bye. It's been lovely. Thank you, Jane. All right.